Hello to a special report here on the Financial Turmoil Explained. Now, the first thing I want to talk about here is we're going to play a little bit of a film clip here, and I'm going to try to let's see, where's our okay, here we go. Let's start at the film thing right now, recording. Now, this guy here, he's a Fort Wayne Police Department, I guess it is, and he's a police officer. We're going to turn it on here. We got the volume turned down, and what he's going to do is he's going to run through this house, and he's going to show hiding places where people hide narcotics. Now, we've got nothing to do with narcotics here, but what we're going to be talking about is silver and gold. And so he's going to run through this place, and he's going to do a quick look around, and he's going to try to find where people would hide contraband, a vice. He's a vice cop, evidently, probably a vice cop, and he's used to being able to find contraband or find vice. Now, these are typical spots where you would end up hiding your silver or gold in your house. And so you don't want to hide it in these spots that he's going to uncover right here. So let's take a look first. He's looking in drawers. See, that's the first place he looks, and this is the first place a criminal would look. If a criminal comes into your house and is looking for silver or gold, they're going to look through the drawers in your house, just like he's doing here, see? And they'll find your silver and gold, and they're going to take it. That's the first thing that they're going to do. Now, where's the next place he's going to look here? He's talking about where he would look to find criminal contraband. Under the bed, see, and in the mattress. So that's one of the first places he's going to go. Now, if a crook comes into your house, it's going to be the same deal. They're going to look under your bed, see? And they're going to try to find your silver or your gold if you put it there. So you don't want to hide it there. It's not the place to hide it. Now, where is he going to look next? Backpacks and places like that. You don't want to put your silver or gold in your backpacks or have it in places like that. Or they can easily zip it open and find it on you. You know, because the criminal comes in your house, the same thing. They're going to find your gold and they're going to find your silver. Now, where is he going to look next? See, he's finding drugs. You know, that's what he's looking for. But it's the same idea. Inside a shoe. Believe it or not, people will hide stuff. They will hide their silver or gold inside a shoe. And he's looking. He's looking down inside shoes to find it, see? So that you don't want to hide it there. Inside coats or pant pockets in your closet. You don't want to hide your cash or hide your gold and silver in anything like that, in a pant coat or anything like that inside your closet. Because, see, that's the first place he's looking for contraband, right? And he's feeling all the coats and everything. And the criminals will do the same thing coming into your house. Okay, so now in school supplies or in your school note bags or book bags or things like that, he's looking through there too. Okay, and now he's talking about what he's been able to find by searching this house, simply searching this house, and the contraband that he was able to find. Now, if you put your stuff in any of those hiding spots, you're going to lose it. Okay, so here we go. Now, what we want to talk about is the criminals, when they come inside your home, oftentimes nowadays, one of their biggest strategies is, and this is how they can find your silver, your gold hoard, is they do what's called ransacking. Basically, what they do is they smash everything they see, they throw everything over, they knock everything down on the floor, they pull everything down on cupboards, closets, everything, and they just go through the house like a tornado, smashing and kicking. Everything, kicking walls and everything. What they're hoping for is they're hoping that stuff will fall out of your hiding spot and that they'll find it, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip for you right here of some thugs ransacking a home, you know? Now, you got to think, if you put your silver in a typical hiding spot, like in a shelf, or in behind a closet, or underneath your bed, or in a shoebox or something, is it going to fall out if they ransack your home? If they smash and kick and jump, is your silver going to spill out on the floor and fall all over the floor from your hiding spot? This is something you got to take into consideration. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a film footage right now of a house being ransacked. Okay, so here we're going to watch right here. Now, this is a bunch, and here they're going. They're ransacking, see? That's what they're doing. They're smashing and pushing and punching and knocking things down and pushing things over and looking for stuff. They're in there ransacking. And this is a typical behavior now of these ransackers they're tearing houses apart and stuff. You got to take this into consideration when you hide your silver. And so we're going to talk about hiding spots next, and things that you never even actually thought of, coming right up in this next part. Okay, now that we've discussed where not to hide your silver in your house, first off, the first video we had there showing you how quick and easy they'd find it if you hide it in places like under the bed or in your shoes or in your backpacks or in your closet, in the clothes in your closet, how quick and easy they're going to find it. Two, we also showed you how that they'll ransack your house. They'll knock everything over and they'll try to find it. Now what we're going to discuss is the better hiding places. And we're going to show you one by one some of the better hiding places where you would have easy access to your silver. But those are still not the best hiding places. And we're going to discuss the best hiding places after. So first, in the better hiding places, this first one would be under a windowsill. I want you to take a look at this picture here. This is a hidden windowsill. Underneath the sill, there's a hidden drawer. And you come through the house, and this is an excellent hiding place for your silver or gold, is under the windowsill in a hidden drawer underneath the windowsill. It'd be very hard to find. Even if they ransacked your house, it's likely that they would miss it. So this is one of your better hiding places. Now we're going to take a look at a second really good hiding place. And this is a hidden closet that's got a sliding door on it. And the sliding door has a mirror, so it just looks like it's a mirror. And the mirror slides sideways, so the mirror doesn't open on hinges. It slides sideways, and it looks like it's fixed to the wall. Of course, there's probably a little latch that you push on the mirror so that the mirror can start sliding sideways. And what it reveals is a place here where he's got his guns stored, but he could also store his silver and gold in there along with his guns. And this would make an excellent hiding place as well. Probably not get found even if the house was ransacked. Probably not. But these are only better hiding spots. These are not the best hiding spots. These are better hiding spots. Now, the third one I'm going to show you of a better hiding spot is a smaller area, but it would still be good and large enough if you were going to store, say, some gold away or some silver away. You wouldn't be able to store your guns in here. It's not quite as large a spot. As behind a towel, a boxed area that slides out behind a towel in your bathroom, a specific towel. So you'd probably want large towel. You'd want a towel that would probably around maybe a 12 by 12 size towel in your bathroom. So you retowel the wall and you specifically make a hidden slide out box that goes in behind the towels in your bathroom. This would make a pretty good hiding spot as well. So now we've discussed these, what I would call medium security hiding spots that would probably be overlooked even if your house was ransacked. But now we're going to start to talk about the really good hiding spots. The best hiding spots. The hiding spots that even if professionals come into your house and tore your house all to pieces, they still would not find your silver or gold. Now we're going to talk about these hiding spots. And how they work is like this. If you go out and you bury your silver in your yard, There's always a chance the neighbors will see you out there burying your silver in your yard. Plus, what if you went to sleep that night and you said, okay, you buried your silver in your yard. You went to sleep that night. You're sleeping a nice sound dream. Meanwhile, your neighbor is out there with a pick and shovel digging your silver up. You come out there the next morning, there's nothing but a big hole where you buried your silver. Because it's unprotected. It's not inside your house, in your house area. It's out buried wherever, in the woods or wherever you buried it. What if you forget where you buried it, too? It would be lost forever. So I'm not one that agrees with actually burying your silver that way. But here's another alternative. Most people probably never thought of. And it takes a little bit of work, but it is probably your best means to hide your gold and your silver, but you're not going to be able to access your gold and silver easily if you do it this way, is to go and get the large diameter sewer pipe, plastic sewer pipe, PVC sewer pipe. You can buy it at any, say, Home Depot store or any one of these big stores that sells plumbing supplies. Generally, it's 3 or 4 inch size PVC plastic pipe. And you get the fittings, you get the caps, and you get the proper glue. Those pipes are completely 100% pressure resistant, waterproof. Okay? So you get a section of that pipe, say 3-4 feet long, whatever you need, 6 feet, whatever length you need to put your silver in. You cap one end of it, you put the glue on it, you glue the cap on. And then what you do is you put your silver down inside the pipe, and then you cap the other end of it. Now what you've done is you've hermetically sealed your silver inside that pipe. It's pressure sealed, water, nothing, rodents, nothing can get at your silver. Your silver is sealed inside the pipe. Okay? Now the next part of this is you got to drill. Most homes have what's called a slab. The slab is made out of concrete. Okay? In your home. So you find a place in a back closet or some place that's out of the way in your home. And you cut a hole in your concrete slab. And you dig a hole down that's the size of the pipe. So the hole in your slab would be the size of the 4-inch pipe. And you dig a hole down into the ground with a post hole digger. It's quite a bit of work. But mind you, if you really want a good hiding spot, this is what I'm telling you is the best. So you take that silver in the pipe, and you drop it down into that hole, and you get yourself a little bit of mortar, and you mortar over the spot where you dropped her in. And you're burying your silver inside your house underneath the slab. You plaster over it, the spot where it is, in the closet or whatever. And then you put some floor tile over top of the spot. And you tile the floor or re-cement the floor or make it so that it can't be seen where it is. You know where it is. Nobody else knows where it is. In that spot. And it's buried down underneath the slab in that pipe. It ain't going nowhere. It's buried just like it would be buried outside. It's buried inside your house, so nobody's going to get access to it. And it's down underneath the slab. And first off, they'd have to crack through the slab before they're going to get it. Now, when you're ready to get it, you're going to have to take a chisel and you're going to have to dig through that slab. And it might take you a while. But you know where to dig and you know how to retrieve it. It might take you half a day to retrieve it. A half a day of hard work and a bit of sweat to retrieve it. But this is a put it there, leave it, and forget it sort of a kind of an idea. You see? It's a foolproof method of having your silver stored away where even if your house burned down or if they were to ransack your house or anybody, you're never going to find that stuff unless you know where to look for it, unless you know where to crack through that slab. Even if they demolish your house, they're likely not to find it. It's going to be so well hid down underneath that slab. It's a put it there and forget it sort of an idea, you know. And this is probably your highest security. Is if you're really into security, this would be your highest security for hiding it. It's a bit of work to install this, and if you're going to do it that way, you're going to do it yourself. You're not going to hire somebody in to put it in there for you. You're going to do the sweat yourself because you don't want anybody else knowing where you've dug the hole and you put it in there. So you're not going to go out and you're not going to get on the phone and hire a contractor to put your silver in under your slab that way. You're going to do it yourself. Because if you go out and you hire somebody, he's going to know where it's at and he's going to blab it to everybody, and then they're going to come in and they're going to take your silver. You know, and so this is a method that's the highest security. So you have your low security, you have your moderate security, and you have your highest security places to hide your silver. You know, and of course, what I would also consider low security places would be places like underneath your stove or underneath your refrigerator. Those are low security. Medium security are these ideas like the closet idea, the hidden closet behind the mirror. That's medium security. But the highest security is when you've buried it down underneath your slab in a hermetically sealed tube. That's the highest security that you're going to get for it. You know. So listen, thank you guys for listening. I hope I gave you some good ideas of where to put your silver in gold if you're actually a stacker, you know, and you're going to need to also be able to protect your gold and silver. So you might want to go out and take a firearms course and learn how to handle guns properly. This is a good thing to do, you know. I mean, I took courses years ago, not that many years ago. And of course I didn't really need them because I've been trained that way since I was a kid. I mean, when I was a 12-year-old kid running around in Florida, you know, I used to have things like shotguns and stuff, you know, but nowadays you can't do that. But that was in the good old days back years and years ago when rednecks roam the woods, you know, so to speak, you know. Anyway, I was into all that kind of stuff, you know. When I was a kid, I was running around in the woods like a native. Had bows and arrows. I had BB guns. I had rifles, and I had all kinds of stuff. I was a rough and tumble, you know, running through the woods like a little savage when I was only 6 or 7 years old. I think I was about 7 years old. I was already shooting bows and arrows through the woods and running through the swamps, chasing alligators and everything else down there in Florida. And it wasn't like the Florida we have today back then, by the way. Back in those days, you know, there was a lot of alligators around, a lot of wildlife, and a tremendous amount of poisonous snakes. A cottonmouth, water moccasins in the swamps, and there was a lot of alligators, and there was an awful lot of pygmy rattlers, and an awful lot of diamondback rattlers, and tremendous amount of wildlife, an awful lot of scorpions, and as a kid, these were my toys, you know. Not really toys, but you know, it's things I used to do, and I used to run around in the woods there in Florida. I mean, a few things did happen to me. I got stung with scorpions a few times and stuff, but nothing really serious. I almost got bit by a big diamondback rattler when I was only about 8 years old. It was back in those days. There were some awful big rattlers down there. This one must have been 8 or 9 feet long, and it was sitting in the morning. It was cool that morning, and they get frost down there. Uh, well, might not have been quite a frost, close though. And the rattler had been sitting out, and it was cold, and so it was sluggish, and it didn't want to move, and it was blending right in with the ground. I didn't see it. I nearly walked right on top of it. I stood there, and my grandmother, she said, "Don't move." Uh, and the rattler was coiled, and its head was ready to strike, and it was only about a foot away from my leg, and it was. But it was because it was cold that morning. That's why it didn't strike. So I jumped and run. I didn't stand still. You're supposed to stand still. I didn't stand still. I jumped and run away from the thing. And anyway, my father and grandpa came down there, and they dispatched the rattler, and they cut the rattle off of the end of its tail, and they put it into a guitar that we had. We had that guitar for years. Somebody broke into the house and stole it. Years and years later, they stole the guitar, and they stole the rattler inside the guitar. But the rattler must have been about 4 inches long or something, you know. Uh, Great big rattler on the end of on the tail of the rattler. And anyway, those were the stories from the good old days back in Florida, and back in back around 1971, 72, maybe along in there, you know. Well, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye.